The following is a presentation of AC Media Beyond Boundaries, your guide to accessible tech and everyday insights, brought to you by yours truly, Michael Guajardo.
If you're anything like me, you're always on the lookout for quicker, more efficient ways of getting things done on your computer. For example, finding keyboard shortcuts that can enable you to complete tasks more easily. Tasks such as writing a report or composing a resume inside Microsoft Word. You know as well as I do that sometimes these tasks can be pretty frustrating and tedious. But I'm here to tell you there is a better way. Today we'll be taking a look at some keyboard shortcuts that you can find right inside Microsoft Word. And for you JAWS users, we'll also take a look at some features that will make things easier for you. So what say we get started, and I will see you on the other side. Alrighty, so here we are inside Microsoft Word, and I have a resume up on the screen. So this is a fictitious resume that I generated using ChatGPT, and it created a resume for this fictitious individual named Alex Jordan, who is a cybersecurity specialist. He's looking to find a job in cybersecurity. We have all of his professional summary, his core skills, and his job history and education and things like that. And what we are going to do is format this resume to make it more visually appealing so that it'll stand out to a potential hiring manager. And we are going to use keyboard commands to accomplish all of it. Now, the thing about formatting is you typically use the mouse to go around and do all this formatting, and we use the ribbon and things like that, which can be a bit tedious and inefficient, even for mouse users, especially for those who are low vision users. It can be a bit difficult locating the mouse pointer and trying to find all the little buttons and things on the ribbon. And then if you're a screen reader user, of course, we're going to be using the keyboard to accomplish all of this formatting. So we want to learn some of the most common keyboard commands that we can use for formatting, and this will make this task much quicker and efficient. Even for sighted users, there's a large segment of sighted users who rely almost exclusively on keyboard commands because it can be faster than even using the mouse. Now, I'm using Word 365, so if you're using an older version of Word, that's fine. These commands will still work. If you are using an older version of JAWS, that's fine as well. If you're using, like, say, the last version or two, these commands will work just fine. If you're using an alternate screen reader like NVDA, then some of these commands for the screen reader will be different. So you'll want to look at your keyboard command list and find the equivalents. First thing we want to do is set a baseline font type and font size. I'm going to use a font called Garamond, but really you can use any font you want. Just try to keep it to sans serif type fonts to keep it clear and legible. And we're going to use a minimum 12-point font size. You could probably get away with an 11-point font size, but ideally we'd use a 12-point font size. All right, so I want to select the entire document first. So I'm going to do Control A. Everything gets highlighted. And let me do something here real quick. Switch this to full speech.
Full speech.
There we go. Okay, so the entire document gets selected and highlighted. And then let's go to our font dialog box. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-P.
Font dialog. Size. Edit combo. 11. To set.
So currently it's set to 11-point font size. I want to increase that to 12. So I'm going to arrow down. I know that sounds counterintuitive. You'd think you would hit the up arrow, but we have to hit the down arrow
12.
for whatever reason. Now I want to adjust the font type. So I'm going to do Shift-Tab twice to move to that area.
Tab. Font. Edit. Calibri. To set the value you.
Okay, so I'm in the font area, and I'm currently set to a Calibri font type, but I want Garamond, so that means I have to arrow down quite a number of times to reach it. But I'm going to show you a shortcut. Instead of arrowing all the way down to that item, I'm just going to type the first few letters. So if you already know the spelling of it, you can just type in the first few letters. So I'm going to do G-A-R, and then let's arrow up.
Garamond.
And there I land on, at least close to it, I land on the Garamond font. So even if you don't land right on the font you're looking for, you at least get close to it, which is a lot quicker than arrowing down through that whole list. Then I hit Enter.
Print. Edit.
Saves the font. And now we are ready to format the rest of the resume. The first thing I want to format is the heading. So up here on the heading, we have Alex Jordan's name, and we have his contact information below it. And what I want to do is increase the font size for the name, make it stand out more. So I will hit Control Home.
Alex Jordan.
That puts me at the very beginning of the document. So my cursor is sitting at the very top left corner of this document. And I want to select this entire line. So you always want to be at the far left before selecting a line of text, which I am. If you're not at the beginning, just hit the Home key once, and that'll put you all the way at the far left of the current line. Then I will hit Shift End to select this line of text.
Alex Jordan.
And then let's do Control Shift greater than, and I'm going to bump this up to a 16-point font size.
14 point.
There's 14. I'll hit it again.
16 point.
All right, I'm at 16 point. Now let's format the contact information. So let's go down one line.
Phone 555 1234.
So in his contact information, it has his phone number, email address, and his LinkedIn URL. And I want to select that entire block of text right there. Normally you would do Shift N and then arrow down and go one line at a time to select the text. With larger blocks of text, it can be a bit tedious doing it that way. So I'm going to show you a shortcut. We are going to use the place marker feature, which I find to be quicker and more precise. And the way place markers work when you're selecting text is you create a starting point and an end point. And when you activate the place marker feature, everything in between those 2 points gets selected. So let's create the starting point. I'm all the way at the far left already. So this is my starting point. I'm going to do Control Windows K.
Marking place.
Now let's create the endpoint. So I'm going to arrow down.
Email, Alex LinkedIn.
There's the LinkedIn. And I want to go to the end of this line. So I hit the end key.
WAG.
And now I will create the endpoint. So I hit Insert Space Bar. You hear that little bleep sound. Then, once I release that, I hit the letter M as in Mike.
Selecting between mark place and current position.
And automatically everything gets selected and highlighted between those 2 points. Now I can adjust the font size. I'm going to hit Control Shift greater than
14 point.
And bump it up to a 14-point font size. And let's bold it, Control B.
Bold on.
And now we are done formatting the heading. The next thing I want to do is format all of the headings on this resume. So there are several major sections on this resume. We have the professional summary, we have core skills and competencies, we have his employment history, education, and certifications. So I'm going to hit Control down arrow. We'll navigate by paragraph.
Professional summary.
Okay. And sometimes what people will do is they will manually adjust the heading. So they'll select the text and then they'll bump up the font size and then add bolding and change the font type. We don't want to do that. We want to use the heading function that's built into Word. And the same goes for things like bullets. We want to use the functions inside of Word to add bullets. And the reason for that is that once we export this document to PDF, which is usually what you're going to do with a resume, if you do that, it will retain all of these elements that you added and it will keep the document accessible. So we're always aiming for accessibility. All right, so let's...
Professional summary.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to hit Home, make sure I'm all the way on the far left, and let's select the text. So I do Shift End again.
Professional summary.
And then I am going to add in a level 2 heading to this. Typically, you would go up to your ribbon, go to the Home tab, go to Styles, and there you can select what type of heading you want. But I have a handy dandy keyboard shortcut. I'm going to hit Control Alt and the number 2 on the number row. Now, it doesn't give you any verbal confirmation, so let's do Insert 8 to confirm. So Insert 8 on my numpad will read the current line.
Heading level 2 professional summary.
And there we go. I have a level 2 heading. Now let's go to the next heading. I'm going to do
experienced cybersecurity analyst with expertise.
His professional summary is kind of lengthy, so let's do another shortcut. Let's use the Find feature. I'm going to hit Control F as in Frank.
Navigation.
And I'm going to type the word skills because on that line of core skills and competencies, you find the word skills. So let's just type that, type the word skills, hit enter.
Core skills and competencies. One result. Next result.
And I land on the line. So there's the dialog. Let's hit escape to get out of that.
Edit.
And then confirm you landed on the right spot. Insert 8.
Core skills and competencies.
Good. Now let's highlight this line of text. So home,
C.
I'm all the way on the left, Shift End,
Core skills and competency.
and then again I'm going to hit Control Alt 2 and confirm. Insert 8.
Heading level 2 core skills and competencies.
Good to go. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be let's see, employment history. So let's look for the word employment. Control F.
Navigation.
Type in employment.
What?
Enter.
Employment. Next
And
result.
then hit escape to get out of the find dialog box.
Edit.
Insert 8.
Employment.
Okay, I'm on the correct line. Hit home and then Shift End.
Employment.
And then Control Alt 2. Confirm. Insert 8.
Heading level 2 employment.
Good to go. Let's go to the next one. So I want education. Let's look for the word education. Control F.
Navigation. Domain.
And education.
1.
Enter.
Education. Next result.
Confirm.
Next result button.
Oops. Forgot to escape
Edit.
there. Insert 8.
Education.
There we go. Hit home. Shift N.
Education.
And then Control Alt 2. Confirm.
Heading level 2 education.
All right. Let's go to certification. So let's type in Control F.
Navigation.
Type in certification.
1 result.
Enter.
Certifications.
Then escape.
Edit.
Confirm.
Certifications.
Yes. Hit home
C.
and then Shift N.
Certifications.
Control Alt 2. All right. There we go. I've formatted all of
Heading level 2 certification.
the headings on this resume. Now what I want to do is insert bullets. So some of the areas of this resume, like skills and job responsibilities, he has lists, and we want to add bullets to them. So let's go to the top first. So I'm going to do Control Home,
Alex Jordan.
and let's find core skills and competencies again. So I'll do Control F.
Navigation. Search document.
Let's see, let's type skills again and enter.
Core skills and competencies. 1 result. Next result.
Now, really, I could have typed any word that's on that line. So I could have typed the word core or skills to find that line of text. Hit escape.
Edit. Heading level 2 core skills and
Okay, so he's got several skills here. If I arrow down, you
cybersecurity.
can see
Risk
that
assessment.
has a pretty
Vulnerability analysis.
has a pretty lengthy list of skills. Smart guy. And we want to add bullets to this. So let's go back to the first skill
Risk assessment. Cybersecurity.
right there and hit home. Make sure you're on the far left.
C.
And we're going to use
Oh.
the place marker feature again. So let's insert a place starting point here. Control Windows K,
Marking place.
and then let's arrow down to the last line in this list. So I'm going to arrow down very quickly, and I'm just going to listen for the word blank, because that'll put me right below the last skill listed here.
Risk assess vulnerability penetration incident with firewall and systems to communication collaborate security proficiency blank.
Okay, so that's just a quick way to move through the list so you don't have to hear every item. So I'm on the blank line. I'm right below the last item, so I'll just arrow up one time
Proficiency with Linux and Windows systems.
and then go to the end of that line
Blank.
and then create the endpoint. Insert spacebar M.
Selecting between mark place and current position.
And then let's add a bulleted list. Again, usually you'd have to go up into your ribbon and go to paragraph and find bullets, but I have another handy dandy keyboard shortcut. We are going to use Control Shift and the letter L, and that adds bullets. Let's arrow up,
Heading level 2 core skills.
go down,
Bullet cybersecurity. Bullet risk
and
assessment.
then all the items here in this list now have bullets. Now let's go to the next list, which would be under his employment history, because he has all his responsibilities listed. So let's do Control F again,
Navigation. Search document. Edit. Skills.
and then let's go to employment. So type in the word employment. And
1 result. Employment.
hit escape.
Edit.
And let's arrow down.
Misspelled secure tech solutions Austin. TX.
So this guy has he has his current job, and then he has one prior job that he had. And each of those has various job responsibilities.
Cybersecurity analyst April 2021 present.
Okay, so that's the duration. Let's go down again.
Conduct regular security assessments and penetration tests to identify vulnerabilities.
All right, so now we're getting into the part where he lists all of his responsibilities at this job. Let's hit home.
C.
At the beginning, let's create another place marker. So the starting point, Control Windows K,
Marking place.
and then let's arrow down until I hear the word blank again.
Implement respond to page to security. Blank.
There we go. And then arrow up.
Security.
I'm on the last line showing his job responsibilities. Hit end,
Blank.
and then create the endpoint. Insert space, letter M,
Selecting between mark place and
then add the bullets. Control Shift L, and then confirm.
cybersecurity.
And
Bullet conduct regular misspelled secure tech solutions Rustin. Cybersecurity analyst April 2021. Bullet conduct regular security assessments. Bullet implement and manage firewall systems in it.
good to go. Now let's go to the next job. So let's
Bullet respond
down.
Bullet provide security. Page 2. Blank. Misspelled Data Guard Consulting Dallas. TX.
Okay, that's another company he worked at. Let's go down again.
Information security specialist June 2008.
There's the duration. Go down again.
Performed comprehensive risk assessments and vulnerability scanning.
And there's the first job responsibility. So I'll hit home and then Control Windows K.
Marking place.
And then arrow down until I hear blank.
Collaborated best practice delivered clear. Findings and blank.
There it is. Arrow up.
Findings and recommended.
I'm on the last line and then hit end.
Blank.
And then insert space and the letter M.
Selecting between mark place and current.
And then add the bullets. Control Shift L. And then verify.
Information secure.
Arrow up and down.
Bullet perform comprehensive risk assessment. Bullet collaborated.
There are the bullets.
Practices.
And then the last thing we want to format is the certifications area, which will have all his certifications. Let's do Control down arrow.
Bullet delivered clear. Heading level 2 education. Bachelor of Science. Heading level 2 certifications.
Right there. And go down.
Certified Information Systems Security Professional
There's
CIS.
a list of a few items listed here. So home, add your place marker, starting point, Control Windows
Marking place.
A, and then arrow down till I hear blank.
CompTIA certified at Cisco cert blank.
There it is. Go up,
Cisco certified
hit end,
blank.
and then create the endpoint. Insert space M.
Selecting between
Add your bullets, Control Shift L, and verify.
heading level 2 certification. Bullet certified information says Bullet CompTIA security. Bullet certified.
All right. And there we go. We have formatted this entire resume. So it's more visually appealing, and hopefully Alex Jordan here will get his cybersecurity job. So those are some of the keyboard commands that you already have built into Word, that you have within JAWS that can speed up formatting for you.
Thanks so much for joining me today. If you'd like to explore more, be sure to check the description below. You'll find helpful guides, related links, and other resources. If you found this content useful, go ahead and tap that like button and consider subscribing so you'll be notified whenever a new episode goes live.